Hola, mi gente. Greetings. ¿Cómo estamos? How are we? Oh, shit. It's your girl, starting a fire. Che Alexander, La Negratienesazon, the Urban Oracle. I'm sprinkled with Sazon Apothecary and Botanica. Hi, Cancer. How are you? Thank you so much for your patience. Y'all are very patient in the Zodiac, so I feel like y'all will understand more than anyone else about the need for me to take care of myself. I shot your video twice. One time there was no sound. The other time it took forever to upload. I took that as the sign to take that down and to just shoot you a new one. So, Cancer, excuse me, I'm here with your autumn equinox messages because we're still sitting in the energy of the equinox. The solstice is not here. Winter solstice has not arrived yet. So we are in the thick of autumn. I'm here with your October messages. And also you get a little bit of a bonus treat, I suppose, because the solar eclipse just happened yesterday. And it is in a cardinal sign such as yourself, Cancer. And so we'll see if there's any added sprinkle of Sazon in your reading for you. But these messages are intended to carry you through to the winter solstice, meaning the themes that you may see showing up at this time since the autumn equinox began, September 19th, 20th, till about December 21st, when we move into the official winter season in the Northern Hemisphere, and the energy starts to shift a little bit differently, right? So I hope that you have been thinking consciously, clearly, intentionally, and without judgment, Cancer, about the ways that you have grown and shifted. What have you harvested since the year began, since last... we can look at it several different ways, right? What have you harvested since the last autumn equinox? Last fall, what did you say you wanted to have accomplished, and have you reached that goal yet? And then also looking at the calendar year, if you made New Year's resolutions, where are you there? If you plan your life quarterly, right now we're officially in the fourth quarter, what have the other three looked like, and are you proud of that? Are you satisfied? Is there more that you are reaching for, stretching for? But then also taking a step back and not necessarily worrying about what more is there to gain, but really celebrating how far you have come and where you are now, right? Like what you have been able to achieve and accomplish for yourself. I am a little bit under the weather, so excuse me. And if I need to take a break and catch my breath, I will do just that. So Cancer, I'm going to be using, I guess we'll stick to those. I'm going to use the Hoodoo Tarot, which I have not used this deck for these readings as yet. And also the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck for your messages today. So this is a general message. Of course, this will not apply for all Cancers. Take the parts that resonate, leave what doesn't. It's not for you. Don't make it fit, okay? We're starting out already with Aries, John Horse, the Emperor, number 4. So Cancer, let's see what themes of leadership, fatherhood, paternity. Let's get some more context on that in a second. I haven't even opened the reading officially, goddamn. Let me finish my spiel. So Cancer, again, won't apply for everybody. Check your chart. Where's your sun, moon, rising, sun, moon, rising, Venus, midheaven, Chiron, Lilith, Venus. I said Venus. These are all North Node. These are really important placements to pay attention to, where this message may apply. Oh, scared the hell out of me. Hi, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Give me 1 second.
There you go. Take care.
All right, man. I'll see you then.
God bless your brother. I hope you get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, by yourself.
Have a good one.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, that was a moment. And I'm not even going to bother to cut that out because I don't have the time. So I'm glad that happened before the reading started, before the prayer started. So, gracias a la misericordia de todos los Espíritus Santos y todos los Espíritus Buenos, And dígame los mensajes que yo necesito que saber en ese momento for the Cancer Collective. We ask that only spirits of light enter into this space and that spirits of darkness find their light elsewhere. You are not welcomed here. Padre nuestro que estás en los cielos, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino. Hágase tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestra pan de cada día y perdona nuestras ofensas como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer en la tentación y líbranos del mal, porque tuyo es el reino, el poder y la gloria, por siglos y los siglos. Amén. Ashe. Spirit, we thank you for these divine messages that we have to share at this time for the collective. I'm going to move this back so you can see the cards a little better. And what is it that we need to know? What does the Cancer Collective need to know for this autumn season? Wow. For this autumn season, moving into the solstice. And I won't take that. Moving into the solstice. My ear is ringing. Okay, so Cancer, and I just did a video about the solar eclipse. So we know that the solar eclipse energy is about cancellations, right? Finality and justice is how I described it. And we know that Libra is about balance and karma. I still have this from the other deck sitting right here, right? Sitting right on top. The other thing that's interesting is that Cancer and Capricorn are on the same axis. Cancer representing the primordial mother energy, a very nurturing, soft, maternal fluid. And then Capricorn represented by Saturn, being a paternal energy. So Cancer, this is coming up as a message that's very close and personal to you, particularly regarding parenthood or your relationship to your parents, your relationship to how you're parenting. Maybe for some of you Cancers, again, this is a collective reading, so take what applies. But maybe for some of you Cancers, there are themes for you showing up at this time, connecting dots, saying, okay, I'm really realizing that I've turned into my father. Wow, never thought that would happen. Or wow, I'm really acknowledging how far my mother and I have come. It's not all bad karma, right? It's not all like, oh, I have to end these relationships. But I am seeing, because the eclipse is about release, this is a new moon, but it feels like a full moon, right? And so this energy of release for you, Cancer, feels very much connected to letting go of grudges, letting go of how you remember the story, is what they said. Your first card out is the Emperor. In this deck is called John Horse, number 4. This is Aries energy, right? Again, cardinal. The second card out was the 8 of Knives, then the Son of Knives, which is the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the 8 of Swords. Then there's the 5 of Swords with the Sun. And in this deck, it's called Big Mama. Excuse me. And so what I'm seeing here for you Cancers, some of you, is that we know Cancer can hold a grudge, baby. We know that Cancer can stew. Yes, they can. Oh my God, just replaying the same story over and over and over and refusing to let it go. But this 8 of Swords here and this 5 of Swords is talking about the internal conflict that is causing, because that is an old, outdated narrative. That shit is boring, Cancer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Spirit is saying that's played out. That you still mad at your father, even though you have grown children. You are the father he never was, and y'all have mended your relationship, but you're still mad, right? And it's like, not to dismiss your feelings, but it's to say you really have already moved on in your life. So why are you still holding this begrudging attitude? You still talk poorly about your father or your mother and how they raised you, or the conditions in which you grew up in, or what you didn't have, etc. But you have surpassed that for your own life. You have been able to take care of your parents. You all have mended the relationship in some way, right? Had some kind of conversation, actually gone to therapy, or said, okay, it's water under the bridge, let's move on. But you still stew. So, excuse me, what that is creating for you, Cancer, is this kind of pit of pity. It is a self-imposed prison. That's the Eight of Swords energy here. And with this Page of Swords in reverse, again, this is... Page of Swords is a contract. It's in reverse. It's saying the internal conflict that this is causing is not worth it. You need to move toward the sun. Move toward brighter days. Letting your dark past stay behind you. Stay just that, the past. Can you give me more on this Eight of Swords? How is this energy showing up as a self-imposed prison for Cancer? I'm hearing for some of you, it's gluttony. Eating your feelings or eating poorly when you know you should be doing better. Daughter of Six. Daughter is the Page of Wands. For some of you, for a lot of you, it's negative self-talk also. Again, it's this replay, this loop of this story just on repeat. Damn, my father was shitty. What does that mean about me? What does that mean about me? And I'll give you a brief personal story of my own. You know, I never knew my father, excuse me. I didn't grow up with him. And I didn't meet any of his family until 2 years ago when I was 36. And meeting his family freed me of this karmic debt where I kept replaying this story in my mind. Like, oh, maybe something really is wrong with you. Maybe when you were a baby, you were a terrible baby, colicky and clingy and annoying. And that's why he didn't want you. I knew that I had other siblings, and so because I didn't know anything about him, I had made this story up in my mind that he was this astute father to my other siblings, and it was just me that he rejected, right? And so I carried that weight with me throughout my 20s and for most of my 30s, and it manifested as anxiety, depression. That was my self-imposed prison. But when I met his family, and they were able to give me context and tell me we didn't grow up with him either, right? His addiction was so, it consumed him so much that he didn't even live his own life. He couldn't take care of himself, let alone 3 of us, right? That freed me from the shackles of that constant narrative that I wasn't good enough, or that I deserved it, or that even that my father wasn't shit, right? I had to release that also and say he just was sick. He was just a sick man who had his own wounds, his own trauma, his own demons. And unfortunately, I was a byproduct of that. I happened on the same timeline as him, but it's not my story. It's not my fault. It's not my burden to carry. And that was how I freed myself from this cell that I created. And so Cancer, again, very strong themes about the parental axis. So I'm asking you, Cancer, to review your relationship with your mom. Have a tough conversation with her if you need to. Or have a loving conversation and say, girl, it was rough growing up. But look at us now. From the bottom, now we're here, right? Same thing with your dad. If they're not here in the living world, excuse me, you know, there are spiritual things that you can do to elevate their spirits, to give them light, and to still have that conversation. But there's a lot of forgiveness that needs to happen is what I'm seeing, Cancer, during this time. So between this autumn equinox and this winter solstice, you may be feeling very strongly that you are ready to let this go. And you may be on this journey of forgiving yourself, forgiving them, and showing up differently. And I love that for you. Is there anything else you want to share at this time for Cancer? Daughter of Knives is the Seven of Swords. Betrayal, the story of betrayal. Look, Justice again. Dr. Buzzard. I'm not going to take, okay. Father of Coins is the King of Pentacles. This is the Chariot and the Two of Coins. The Seven of Coins, 7 Pentacles. Yeah, I feel a lot of masculine energy here. So this is specifically for masculine presenting or identifying cancers, or if you know that you have a lot of masculine spiritual energy around you, you grew up around a lot of masculines, or I recently had a conversation about this. If you felt like because there was a lack of protection or guidance in your life, you didn't have your dad, or your dad was super overprotective, maybe you have built a much broader masculine energy and it's time for you to soften. Maybe you are showing up in a type A alpha way, as a reflection of your wound, this parenting wound, this neglect as a child. But that's not who you really are and not who you need to be anymore. You have survived, so now it's time to live. I'll take 3 oracles about this spirit. 3 oracles for Cancer. Okay, look, shadow. Get them demons out, baby. You gotta confront them demons. Magic. Number 3. Number 43. And look, what I just said. It feels like strong masculine energy. Divine masculine. Number 2. Excuse me. Divine masculine. Shadow and magic. So if you are, again, masculine, presenting masculine, identifying, this may hit very differently for you. If you have, I would say to honor the masculine spirits or energies in your court. So, you know, I don't know what you practice, but the Oguns, the Belie Belkans, the Eleguas, whatever masculine force surrounds you and protects you, maybe it's time to do some magic, some divination, some offering of services, some cleansing in their name to help heal this wound and this energy. What else am I seeing for you, Cancer? Definitely with this shadow and magic, burning this away. So you still have some time under this eclipse energy to ask the portal to close on this relationship, this grudge, this wound, this feeling, this frustration. Forgiveness is all I keep hearing. Forgive, 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 forgive. Forgive your father. That's so funny. I just put my father on my altar again today. But forgive your fathers. Write a letter. Tell your story is something else I'm hearing. Tell your story. It doesn't matter what other people feel about it or how they look. They should have done better. Shit. Don't give me something to tell if you don't want me to tell it. You feel me? I'm gonna leave it there, Cancer. But yeah, get out your own way. Stop holding these grudges that are holding you back. Do the shadow work. If you need to know what that looks like for you specifically, or if this resonated for you and you want to get a more personal reading, links to everything, all my services, all of my spiritual products, spiritual waters, candles, Palo Santo, everything you need can be found below. You can book a Spirit Speaks Tarot reading if you are a first-time client, and if it's not your first time, you can book a spiritual consultation. My books are also open for one-on-one spiritual development sessions if you need to go deeper into the mother wound, the father wound, all the wounds, all the things. So thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you soon, and if this resonated, please put a little evil eye symbol in the comment for me. Thank you. Thanks.